Hello everyone, this is Damon with Easy Green Screen, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can speed up your workflow for doing the green on green extractions. This is going to use pretty much the same method that we did in video 2, except for it's just going to be faster using some actions. And so I'll just show you the actions I created here. And if you're going to be doing hundreds of images, I really suggest, if you think you have touch-up work, to make actions that are going to automate the redundant steps that you know you're going to need to do with every image. So the first action I got is simply just the Easy Green Screen extraction. Now when you record Easy Green Screen into an action, it's going to record all of the settings that you used, and it will apply those automatically when you play the action back. Also, if you check next to the action step, it's going to bring up the user interface for Easy Green Screen. If you don't check next to the step, then it's going to apply those settings, but it will skip the user interface. So I'll just demonstrate with this on here. Okay, remember we did a dual mask selection, so Easy Green Screen knows that, so it's telling us to lasso the hair. And if you remember, we did that dual mask not because we're trying to save those strands of hair, but we're trying to protect the soft edge on that hair from the foreground recovery slider. Now one thing when you run Easy Green Screen from an action is you'll have this artifact, and it's not on every computer. Most computers will show it. It's not actually in your image. It's just a Photoshop display artifact that you may see. It's not a big deal. It's not going to show up in our image. That's only when you run Easy Green Screen dual mask from an action, and it's just showing where we lassoed that. In any case, moving on. If you look into your settings, we can see that the contract mask is at 2 pixels, the foreground recovery is 100, and the feather is at 0.5, the exact settings that I recorded this action to use. So I'll just hit apply. And if you know that those settings should work for all of your images, then in your action, just leave that unchecked. And that way, you don't have to hit apply every time. It's just going to automatically extract the image. So I'm going to actually do this a little bit differently than I did in video 2. If you remember in video 1, using the quick select tool inside of Easy Green Screen, and in video 2 instead I painted in the mask. I'm just going to show you here we can use the quick select in Photoshop as well to accomplish the same thing we did in Easy Green Screen in that very first video. So another action I have here is show original green screen layer. I'm just going to play this. And this is not a video showing you how to record step by step, how to record your actions, because your actions are going to be different than my actions depending on your workflow. But I do suggest that if you are doing a lot of bulk extractions, just make actions that work for your workflow and for your needs. And so what this action does is I just have it to where it hides the spill correction layers and disables the viewing of the mask, and then selects the original foreground layer. And this action, no matter what my workflow is, I like to have an action that does that, as well as the reverse of that action that will show these and re-enable my mask, which is the next one here. But in any case, I'll just go and grab my quick select tool here. Oops, I'm on my background eraser. That's not what I want. I want to go to my quick select tool, and then I'll just select that jersey. And if you remember, this is the same exact thing that we were doing in Easy Green Screen. The one thing too is if you're in Photoshop, you notice the menu does work right, and in Easy Green Screen it doesn't always display right depending on your graphics card. That's just a bug in Photoshop. In any case, I'm going to now finish this off by using my lasso in add mode and just adding this bit here. I'm going to re-grab my quick select tool in minus mode, take that last bit out. Now I've got another action I wrote that's called fill both mask. And what this is doing is going to go fill this foreground mask with white, and it's going to fill this spill correction mask with black. Oops, excuse me there, I was on the wrong action. So I'll just play that. And now you can see that the jersey is recovered and the spill correction has been taken care of. That's doing the same thing we did in video 2 by painting in those masks. And it's also doing the same exact thing that Easy Green Screen does if you are in Easy Green Screen and you're in the add or remove areas section. Okay, and so the next thing I want to do is that area that if we look in our mask here, this area that the foreground recovery recovered that we didn't want, I'm going to go and fix that. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to go back in to my action that's show original green screen. And you can see how handy these two are, toggling back and forth between your original and the finished extraction. But now I'm just going to grab my magic wand tool, tolerance of 50, the same as we had before when we did this in video 1 in Easy Green Screen. Now I've selected this. Now my next action I've got, it says expand to fill background. The only thing I'm telling that to do is expand this selection by 2 pixels. Then it's going to go and select our foreground mask and fill it with black. These are pretty basic actions to create. Oh, again, I got to be on the right action. I have a hard time talking and working at the same time, apparently. Okay, there we go. So you can see what that did was that filled in that area in the mask with black. So now that it's completely transparent. Now I'm going to go back to show Easy Green Screen layers and play that. And so now you see we've got our spill correction layers turned back on, our mask is enabled, and our image is perfectly extracted. Now I'm going to show this whole process one more time, but I'm not going to talk with this, just so you can see how quick this really is without me having to explain that here. So this really only should take me about a minute start to finish, but you can time me and we'll see how long this actually takes. I'm not going to have it show the Easy Green Screen user interface because I don't think we'll need that. All right, that was it. Just took about a minute or two, and you see with the actions, it actually speeds up your workflow quite a bit. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you're interested at all in Easy Green Screen, be sure to visit our website. That is easygreenscreen.com.